Welcome back to another video. Now, you probably guys have seen the Andres podcast. If you haven't, go check it out. Andres make 300k a month at 18 with sales. He owns businesses. He's also building a software himself. And we went inside of his literal mind. We checked out, like how does he think? Why does he do things? How does he become a high performer? We went over so much stuff and it has a lot of value. So I would highly recommend you guys check it out. And this video, I'm going to talk about how I'm going to make 100k a month with Instagram in less than 3 months. Now, most of you guys don't know that, there's an entire funnel and sequence going on when you guys see this content. It's not just that I go in there and I just post randomly on YouTube. Everything is intentional. That's what you guys have to look at the entire marketplace as when you go on a platform, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. If you use it, probably don't. Grandma used that stuff. Love you, grandma. But but the point is that every single person that's putting out some sort of content, whatever they're doing, they are using you in their funnel. If you are watching it for free, you're probably a product themselves. Okay. So what do I mean by TUF now? Okay. And I want you guys to follow me on Instagram, not because I'll get more likes and all that stuff. It's most of the fact that you guys will be able to see how this sort of entire funnel happens, and I'm literally explaining everything that I do, because people don't pay on information, they pay on implementation. So I'm literally giving you everything that I'm doing currently and making money with it. Okay. Now, before this, I was using outreach, I was using referrals, I was using all that stuff. And then I realized that those are not high leverage. Leverage is nothing but output upon input. Okay. So your leverage and your entire business or whatever you have depends on leverage. And the reason why it's so important is because if you can lower the input and get more output, which is of course more money or even more time, that is great. I want all of you to ask yourself a question. Why do you think SaaS businesses make so much money? Ask yourself this question. Because it's high leverage. It's the highest leverage. You make a software once and then people can use it forever. Of course, you have to maintain it and all that stuff, but the leverage is insane. It's not some magic power of Silicon Valley or super smart people are doing it. No, it's pretty simple that the leverage on it is insane. The input is singular and the output is numerous. You can do it multiple times, okay? So when I'm posting content, when I post a single piece of content, the leverage is insane because I can reach 1.3k people, 1.9k people. If you total that in, that's around what, like 22.2k. Okay, so this is what you have to kind of see. So 3.2k, yeah, sorry, 3.2k. Okay, so what you have to understand that this entire process maybe took us 3 hours, 2 hours max to make, and we're able to reach out. Now, imagine sending manually or even automatedly that many messages, just reaching out. Of course, now, not everybody's going to be qualified. Of course, not everybody. Let's say we give a percentage of 10 people comes out of these videos, only 10, right? That's not even a 10%, that should be 30. So I said 5%, 5 people just come in, just 5. These are more than enough that I need that are going to engage and becomes fans, right? And let me tell you a crazy thing that happened. There's this rapper called J Pro, and he made a sound out of my video. And we're going to play it for you guys, this video right here. Larry Ellison once said,
And if you do everything everyone else does in business, you're going to lose. The only way to get ahead, to really get ahead, is to be different.
And that was kind of insane, how this guy, just created an entire sound of it. So that was super cool. That's actually got me a lot of emotion on TikTok. But the point still here remains that what you have to understand in business or in just general is the fact that when these people look at your profile, right? I have I make decent money, and I have 144 followers. That's it. And I don't do for these, of course, some of my friends, all that stuff, but still, it's 144. That's it. It's not something, super insane. It's not thousands of followers. And what you have to realize here is that I have something here, which is this. And this is what you're watching. I don't care that people that are coming in and these, 20 point, I think this is wrong, by the way. This data is not updated. We have way more than this. But the point is that I think this is an older screenshot. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that this 2.7K in 30 days, right? I don't care if, all these people don't do anything. They like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. I don't care about that. I want these people to go into my YouTube. That's where the magic happens. That's where the actual BOF and the MOF starts. Now, the reason why I have this here, this is super important, because this is MOF right here, which is my social proof, basically, which is that, hey, there are a bunch of people talking good about me, that I'm the best, I did the best job, and we're going to have that. And me doing a podcast with Andres right now will build what more TOF. Now people are going to be like, hey, oh, this guy knows this guy. So what I'm doing two things. I'm doing authority hijacking. The second thing that I'm doing is getting more eyeballs on me. The same way I'm doing it with Togi and this, because if you like Kanye, Togi, or Andres, right, you're gonna like me by extension because I'm talking about them and in a way that you like, So that is where you have to kind of understand the reason why I put so much work in the intro and all that stuff and putting it out on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, IG, was because the fact that this is going to give me authority that I need. I can show my clients most of the time because of the systems that we built, all that stuff. Most of you, if you're my client, you probably know why. Now, the main reason is that. So I was thinking one day, I was like, okay, how can I sit there and get actual show people expertise or whatever I do? So I was like, hey, Andreas made a story video, so boom, let me go in there and just ask him if he wanted to come on a podcast or not. He made like, hey, I'm doing pause. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And the crazy part was, I asked him like 1.5 months ago, and he messages me like literally like on Friday last week. He's like, let's hop on. And it was like 1 a.m., 12 a.m. here. And then I was contemplating, I was like, should I do it? Should I not do it? And I literally just went to my washroom. I shaved my entire face. I still have like cuts a little bit like from that. I was like super aggressive. I did that, put some aftershave on and just hopped on. Turned on the lights, started talking, and boom, we got the podcast done. Now, I know this podcast is going to make me money because I'm going to get a lot. I've already been like, getting subscribers, all that sort of stuff. But the point is that not the piece of content itself is going to get you to your goals. What's going to get you there is the content itself. It's the different components that we have. So people are here, they see the stuff, and then they see, oh, what's this reel? Maybe they don't click on my highlights, so it's all right. They watch this video, it has like 3K views now. They go in there, they're like, oh, this guy actually makes money. People are talking about him. They're saying, Alex, all this sort of stuff. And boom, that's how you get them. And there's not like in a bad way I'm saying this is how you like get them, like not in that sense. But the point I'm trying to make here is the fact that a single piece of content won't work, but a bunch of pieces of content will work. This is how funnel works, okay? That's why I'm telling you to follow me. Now, after this MOF, this is what I was talking about. Like we have like 25 this month, I think. That was like old data. And it's like last week. So you see all these views, right? Now these views are not going to make me money there itself. A lot of these people are going to be, non-qualified. They're going to be extremely bad. They're not going to be good at all. So what do? Okay, we tell them here. Boom. Now they see my YouTube. They're like, oh, this guy actually knows what he's talking about. And let's say out of these, how many people there are? Let's say there's like 26 people, right? 26,000 people. If I take a 3% markup on it, you can do the math yourself. I think it will be around what? It will be around. Let me make it like, let's say 8 people come in. Let's make this like 24, right? 8 people come in, right? 8 people come in and they go inside my YouTube and they watch 7 hours of content. They're gonna buy from me. And that's the key. That's what you guys have to understand. Most of the time, what happens is that you get so stuck in making a single piece of content and you forget about the entire funnel. And this is how I'm going to make money. The more TOF of content I push, the more viral I go, the more people come down to my funnel, the more they see the results, the more they're going to come down there. And I'm also going to be releasing a lot of client stuff now because I finally can, because some people have worked in the past which are not working, all that sort of stuff. But that is the key. That's how you actually do it. This podcast itself, right? It has 7 views. I don't care about that. But a person who watches it and then they watch my other videos, they're going to buy. And that's how I've been able to book calls with my YouTube channel and just general make money. And that's what you guys have to understand. DMs don't work now. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you watch a Jace. First of all, if you watch Jace's video, no hate on Jace. Jace is a G. First of all, he has a lot of proof, like a lot of proof. Also, growth operating, I don't think it takes any amount of front. That's the second thing. And third part is that like his profile is really optimized and he has a lot of influencers on his, like he has Brez and all these sort of people on his Instagram. So people are going to respond. If you don't have those factors in, you're not going to be able to do that. That's why profile matters so much more than just, what message you're sending. It's the profile. I think Max in-house said the same thing where he was talking about like your profile matters more than your entire outreach. You can be saying the most idiotic stuff and still get response from people. Why? Because your account looks good, and that's it. If Tate messages you are a dumb, broke loser, you're still gonna respond because he's Tate. So it's not about the message; it's about who's sending the message. And to build that, even for if I outreach with the account that I have, I probably will have a lot more probability of getting a response than not, just like having a normal account. That's what you have to understand, because people appreciate you showing creativity. People appreciate you making a piece of content like this guy did, right? He saw my video, he liked it, he made an entire song on it, which is crazy. Think about it even still right now. But that's the entire point, guys. That's how I'm literally telling you like how I'm doing stuff side by side as I'm going through the process. Of course, there are gonna be, like ups and downs and all that sort of stuff. That's just part of the game. But this is the entire funnel we have been using, and you should use it yourself if you're a coach. If you're not posting on YouTube, you're being dumb. You're being a complete idiotic loser. Post on YouTube. Please post on YouTube if you're watching this video. Second thing that I want you to do is to see everything from a funnel perspective. Why does this guy is talking about X, Y, and Z? I'd sit there and analyze why is he doing it, and then you understand, okay, he's doing this because of X, Y, and Z reasons. Okay, so please don't look at things blindly. Think from a third person perspective, and you will win. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.